sometimes you guys might try to launch something. Sometimes you might put something out to your people, right? And you might put something out there and you think it's going to land. You think it's going to be like, oh my God, my people are going to love this. They're going to think it's so great. And you do it and then people don't like it, right? And they don't sign up. And you guys get so emotional. You're like, oh God, my business is failing. Like, no, and make a few adjustments. That's it. That's all this is, right? That's all this is. This is a tweak, right? And so I say this to say I've made over $3 million in business in a very short period of time, just a couple years, right? Over $3 million, couple years. And I'm not like, oh my gosh, my business is never going to exist anymore because this launch didn't go well. I'm just like, okay, let's change things up. I still fail. And I'm used to failing at this point because I'm okay with it because I've failed so many freaking times. And I guess maybe this is the first lesson of the millionaire mistakes. Like, you want to be a millionaire, be okay with failure. And in fact, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I have not failed enough because I am not a billionaire yet. I will continue to fail until I reach the level that I want to. And the level that I want right now, you know, that looks like I hope to do between 30 to 50 million a year. That's my goal currently. And that might seem massive to some of you. That might seem crazy to some of you. I don't have a problem saying it because I'm super comfortable with understanding that I'll probably fail so many times to get there. And I also understand that my 100K mistake that I've made will turn into my $1 million mistake, will turn into my $10 million mistake to get there. So moving on, you likely are making the same mistake that I have made over and over and over again. And so that is mistake technically number 2, because I kind of just said mistake number 1, even though I wasn't planning to talk about that as a mistake for millionaire mistakes, but we'll call this number 2. Number 2 is not being bold enough. When you know you're the damn best, but you're so nice and you don't want to be unethical and you don't want to be like everyone else, right? And so if you read my post today, I talked about this a little bit. I talked about the fact that I've been too nice. And every once in a while, I get pissed because I know that my competitors, I'll call them my competitors. I don't believe in competition, but for classification purposes, we have to call them competition. We know our competitors get chosen over us. And why is that? Because they sell smoke and mirrors, because they sell the snake oil, because they have a bigger sales team than I do, because I'm unwilling to have a bigger sales team than I am a client success and fulfillment team. I'm unwilling to do that because I think it's unethical, because I'm unwilling to scale and grow at a rate that would allow my clients to not get the success that I desire for them. It has to be ethical. I have to grow at a rate that only the client success could keep up with it, right? So I've never grown fast. And everyone wants hockey stick growth. I get it. Everyone wants that. You all want to grow so fast, but the reality is you won't. Not if you want to do it ethically. But you can still be bold in your statements. You can still be bold and say, I'm the fucking best. We hold back because we don't want to hurt other people's feelings. We hold back because we want to stay ethical. We hold back because we have these fears of looking like the jerk. We don't want to make big claims. When everyone else is making big claims, we don't want to do it because we don't want to be like everyone else. Not that I'm about to start being mean or anything. I feel like it's probably a hidden blessing. But what if by us not being bold enough, we're doing people a disservice? And that's how I've started to feel. Like, what if I'm doing people a disservice by not being visible? Like, what if there are people who actually need all these people on this call right now, right? There's 21 of us. What if all of you, what if every single one of us were doing 10 to 15 people a disservice right now? All these companies out there, we're doing them a disservice currently because we are not being bold enough. We're not being visible enough. We're not showing our value enough and saying, no, this is how we can change your freaking life. What if that is the problem? And then, by the way, when we change their lives, think about the ripple effect that happens. We change their lives. They get to make more money. They're more profitable. So they get to change more people's lives. What if we're the ones screwing it all up? Okay, number 2, forgetting over and over and over again to keep doing the shit that works. I need a tattoo on my forehead that says, do shit that works. And so do you guys. Do shit that works. I wish that I learned this lesson earlier, and I wish that I didn't keep forgetting it. If there is something that is working as far as getting your clients success, figure out how to do more of it. Figure out how to deliver that more efficiently. Focus on the things that are working for you and for your company. Eliminate everything else. And what are ways of doing this? Number 1, you can poll your clients. Like, we just polled our clients recently. We've made some decisions based on that, right? Like, what are things that are underutilized? What are things that are just not working? What are things that are working? What resources are people enjoying? What are people not enjoying? And it's not that they're not enjoying them, they just don't utilize them. Do more of what's working. Same for your marketing, right? Marketing. How do you bring on clients? I cannot even handle when I see people try to reinvent the wheel on marketing consistently, and they already have clients, and then they're like, I don't have a way of getting clients. And I was like, well, you have clients. How'd you get them? And they're like, oh, I did this, this, and this. And I'm like, okay, just like keep doing that then, right? Or they're like, I really, really need clients. And I'm like, well, how did you get the, 23 clients you already have? And they're like, oh, I got this client here and got this client this way and got this client this way and got this one. And I'm like, so why don't you double down on those strategies, right? Do the things that are working. Good on that one? Any questions around that? I don't know if we're on 3 or 4, but I'm probably going to make this one of my last ones. And it's the best one I have. It's around cash flow. I need everyone to hear me loud and freaking clear on this. One of the best lessons I have for you. Make all of your business decisions, all of them, every single one, based on the worst month of your seasons. This is a lesson that I have learned late in business. I wish I learned it earlier. How does this work? Number 1, we are all financial professionals. I am very fortunate to be a financial professional in the coaching industry, because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people in the coaching industry don't know shit about numbers. They're like, math, what? Numbers, huh? Right? In fact, I heard a story recently about a gentleman who made $800,000 in the month of October, had his best month ever, and is now out of business. Dissolved his business, is out of business because he could not make it through. Couldn't pay his employees, dissolved it, went out of business. You can't make decisions based on your best month. You have to make them based on your worst month, right? So you have to understand your seasons. And I talked about this a little bit with my mastermind. Number 1, you have seasons. Every single one of you. You have seasons in the financial industry. We all do. And because you guys have a season, I have seasons. Understand when your seasons are. Do a financial forecast for yourself based on your growth, based on previous years, and make all of your financial decisions based on your worst month. Don't make them based on your best month, because you will get yourself into trouble. Really great advice, because I know that that's something that I learned later in business, and I'm getting used to that. I'm building a habit around that, but I didn't do that early on. So I hope that's helpful.